G'day folks, Andy here from McDowall Manor. So I'm actually still standing in the Japanese garden here. You can see a couple of huskies on the other side there, the old girls. That's the back of the garage. We're looking into the big girl's yard now, obviously. There's some planter boxes that, believe it or not, I built myself. Okay, that I built myself. I'm quite proud of that. So between the planter boxes you can see I put a bench seat. Behind it I've put some lattice screen. There's some fruit trees in there. That's a tomato growing up that trellis. I set tomatoes on, that's a solar light. The other side is a lemonade tree. Yes. Alright, this other bench seat, we've got a fig, beans, and we've got, I think that's more beans, and a couple of different eggplants. That's a little Lebanese one, and you can see behind there is the purpley striped white one. So that's the other bench seat I built. We now call this the orchard. That one's a lime. Fried pizza oven, oh, magnificent beast of a thing. There's the old girl's house. We had to move it out of the raised garden bed because the old girl's too big to get in there now. There's the oft-seen hydroponics, aquaponics system. I've bung the shade cloth on that today. I'll give you a quick look. So we've put a whole bunch, almost 20 lettuces down one side. There's some strawberries in the back, beans and cucumber. Little rhubarb in the corner for a try. These tomatoes were in the previous little bed, that's why they're looking so sad. They only just got moved out today and it's been as hot as Hades here, so they've suffered a bit. You can see, now isn't it incredible difference from that one little lettuce that was in that planter box I showed you. Have a look at how its colleagues have gone in the aquaponics bed. So I've got over here, that's compost tea, so I've got an aerator in there. There you go, from the other end. Kiani walking around. That girl's lying on her bed there. All this furniture will probably get put back out at some stage in the middle now that I've done mucking around with all my building. So here we are back in the Japanese garden 15 months after the first clip was made. So has anything changed? Well, you can see we're putting a new garden in just right beside the Japanese garden. We'll wander out through the gate and I'll give you a look. Beside that garden we've got Kefir lime. He's growing well, you can hardly see him because of the grape. It's a combination of a grape and a loganberry. The grape comes out of that second pot over there with the white sign on it. The other thing that's missing is my big girls, which both died in my arms, believe it or not, of old age. And the loganberry comes out of that pot at the end there. So give me a second, I'll just get out the gate. The difference is, wow, hasn't everything grown? There's that little mandarin still there. It's actually got a little mandarin on it. Beside that, like I say, is the grape. Then we've got that lemonade tree in the corner with the loganberry planted behind it. That's the back of the garage over there. Really happy with that, folks. Gone off really nicely. That's actually a lemon. Last time I did a clip I called it a lime. It's a lemon, Andy. Hasn't it growing? Look at the fig, holy cow. It's certainly shot up. There's the solar setup, the batteries and the inverter for the aquaponics. I've got a new little guy down beside this pretend cow here, the little ornament. That's a Davidson plum. It's a bit of a soury sort of plum, really good for making jams. So we'll give that a crack and see how it goes. We'll have a look. There's the pizza oven still surviving. It'll out-survive the bloody house, that thing. We've got a wicking bed in beside it now. A little table and chairs. The chicken's house. That, well, interestingly enough, was the old dog house that you saw in the clip from 15 months ago. It got repurposed and it's become the chicken house. And beside that is the aquaponics. I'll have a quick look in the aquaponics just so you can see the difference. Have a look at this. I was just about to turn the camera off and walk over near the aquaponics, and there's little Bobby rolling on his bloody on his back. Funny little fella he is. Oh, there he goes. Oh, hey Bobby. Alright, so we've got our lettuces are back to growing. If you remember, I had they all got sunburnt to death and cooked. I've got kangkong, Chinese water spinach in the corner, quite like that. I've put a whole lot of Thai basil in over there. You can see there's a whole lot of little lettuce seedlings coming up there. That's fantastic. Obviously cost me nothing. Basil over in the corner. Chili's performing well. I also use this place when I sprout new plants because it's easy. The water comes back into the system over there, so it's easy for me to keep all the seedlings watered. The little beds aren't doing crash hot because they all had to be completely cleaned out from when I had the tank atrophy. And you can see there's the concrete posts I the wooden posts I concreted in to make sure that bloody side can never come out again. I've also added that overflow over there. We've planted with little cherry tomatoes, and in the back is my chives. Over in compost corner you can see that's the weed where I grow as fish food. It's going quite well. That's a water chestnut in that one. And we'll do a quick turn around like I did last time. Geez Andy, 15 months later and you haven't quite got round to dealing with that furniture, old mate. Alrighty, and there it is. So yeah, quite a difference, hey? Especially up this end where I'm standing now with the chickens, the additions of the chickens. The plants have all grown wonderfully. So on the whole, I'd say things are coming along quite nicely here at the manor. There's Bobby saying goodbye. They're saying hello to the girls there. And so that's the changes in the big girl's yard.